Your journey into the world of high-stakes digital warfare doesn't begin in a bunker. It begins in a quiet room, late at night, staring at a screen until your eyes burn. You are the bug hunter, and your first rank is the gold miner. You aren't a cyber criminal trying to steal credit cards. You are a digital explorer looking for software vulnerabilities, the tiny accidental cracks in the code that the world's best programmers missed. You are hunting for the zero day, the flaw that has existed since day zero of the software's life, but remains invisible to the company that built it. At this level, you are learning the art of the deep dive. You spend weeks fuzzing a program, sending millions of pieces of random data into a piece of software like Google Chrome or WhatsApp, just to see if you can make it crash. In the beginning, you are part of the white hat world, submitting your findings to bug bounty programs. You find a bug, you report it to the company, they fix it, and they send you a thank you email and a check for $5,000. It feels like a lot of money until you realize the truth. That same bug is worth $500,000 to the right person in the shadows. The transition at level 1 is a moral and financial crossroads. You start to see the market gap. You realize that while a tech company wants to patch the hole to protect users, a zero-day broker wants to keep that hole open so they can use it as a doorway. You begin to frequent private forums and encrypted chat rooms where the conversation isn't about fixing the world, but about valuing the exploit. You are moving from a helper to a hunter. You are proving you have the patience to read 100,000 lines of code just to find one misplaced comma that can bypass a billion-dollar security system. The pay at this rank is inconsistent, but the thrill is addictive. You are playing a game of digital hide-and-seek against the smartest engineers at Apple, Microsoft, and Google. When you finally trigger that crash, when you see the kernel panic on your screen, you realize you have found a virtual nuke. You are no longer just a hobbyist. You are a producer of a rare and dangerous commodity. You are the gold miner, the one who has found the vein of gold in the mountain of code. Now you just have to decide who gets to keep it. You have moved beyond the lucky find. Finding a hole in a wall is one thing, but building the drill that can perfectly penetrate it without making a sound is another. You are now the exploit developer, known in the industry as the weaponsmith. At this level, you aren't just a hunter, you are an engineer of digital destruction. A bug is just a flaw, but an exploit is a functional weapon. Your work at level 2 is defined by precision engineering. Modern software has sandboxes and memory protection, layers of digital armor designed to stop a bug from doing any real damage. Your job is to write the payload, the custom code that dances through these defenses. You spend your days in a virtual lab, testing your weapon against every version of an operating system. You are looking for reliability. A broker won't pay for a weapon that only works half the time. They want a one-click, or even better, a zero-click exploit, a weapon that can take over a phone without the user even touching a link. The technical challenge here is stealth and persistence. If your exploit is loud, it will be detected by antivirus software and patched within hours, making your million-dollar asset worthless. You have to learn the art of living off the land, using the computer's own internal tools to hide your presence. You are building chains connecting 3 or 4 minor bugs together to create one massive breach. You are proving you can bypass the ASLR, or Address Space Layout Randomization, and DEP, or Data Execution Prevention, that guard the heart of the machine. The gray market value of your work is skyrocketing. At this rank, you aren't looking for a $5,000 bounty. You are looking for a life-changing payout. You realize that your code is a virtual nuke because it can give a government total access to a target's life, their microphone, their camera, their encrypted messages, and their location.
You are the weaponsmith, the craftsman who turns a theoretical mistake into a terrifyingly effective tool of espionage. You are no longer just exploring, you are arming the digital front lines.
You have moved out of the forums and into the high-stakes shadows. You aren't just a coder anymore. You are an independent researcher, commonly known as the Ghost. At this level, you own a finished, weaponized product that can bypass the security of the world's most popular devices. You are now a high-value target yourself. You possess a virtual nuke worth millions, and you have to move through the digital world without leaving a footprint. Your life at level 3 is defined by operational security, OPSEC. You no longer use standard email or public internet connections. You communicate through encrypted dead drops and multi-layered VPNs. You are preparing for your first exit, selling your exploit to a private zero-day brokerage. You have to prove the potency of your weapon without actually giving away the code. You provide proof of concept videos to the brokers, showing a target device being compromised in real time while you sit in a coffee shop halfway across the world. You are a ghost in the machine, a person whose bank account is about to explode while their identity remains a total mystery. The technical challenge here is anti-detection. You aren't just worried about the software company, you are worried about rival hackers and government agencies trying to sniff your traffic and steal your work for free. You spend your nights cleaning your code, removing any digital fingerprints or metadata that could lead back to your real-world location. You are learning the art of the deal in a world where there are no lawyers and no contracts, only reputation and encrypted handshakes. You are proving that you can handle the psychological pressure of holding a secret that could collapse a tech giant's stock price overnight. The $3,000 per day dream is now a reality, but it comes with high-octane paranoia. You realize that at this rank, you are a merchant of secrets. You sell your exploit for a lump sum, perhaps $1.5 million for a zero-click iPhone chain, and then you have to disappear. You watch the news, looking for signs that your nuke is being used in the wild by a government actor. You are the ghost, the silent producer who makes the digital arms race possible. You are the one who provides the ammunition for the silent war that is being fought on every smartphone on the planet. You have moved from the seller side of the table to the buyer side. You've been recruited by a top-tier zero-day brokerage, a secretive company that acts as the middleman between hackers and governments. You are now the acquisition agent, the talent scout of the digital arms world. You no longer spend your nights hunting for bugs, you spend them hunting for the people who find them. Your job is to identify the next level 3 ghost before they sell their work to a rival or a hostile nation. Your role at level 4 is defined by technical vetting and trust. When a researcher claims they have a way to break into the world's most secure encrypted messaging app, you are the one who verifies it. You step into a clean room, a secure, air-gapped laboratory where you run the researcher's code against a fresh, fully patched device. You are looking for the kill chain. Does it work every time? Does it leave a trace? Is it truly a zero-day, or did the software company just release a patch for it 10 minutes ago? You are the gatekeeper of the company's multi-million-dollar war chest. The technical demand at this rank is holistic system knowledge. You have to understand every layer of the digital stack, from the hardware chips to the user interface. You aren't just looking at the exploit, you are looking at the market fit. You know that a remote code execution bug in a popular web browser is worth $500,000 today, but if a new version of the browser is coming out next week, that value might drop to zero. You are a digital appraiser, calculating the shelf life of a virtual nuke. You are the one who ensures the brokerage doesn't buy a dud. The pay at this level moves into the world of high-value commissions. You receive a percentage of every multi-million-dollar deal you bring in, but the pressure is immense. If you miss a flaw in the code and the brokerage sells a broken weapon to a government client, the professional consequences are terminal. You realize that at this rank, your weapon is your reputation. You are the bridge between the chaotic world of the hacker and the rigid, cold world of national intelligence. You are the talent scout, the one who finds the needles in the digital haystack and turns them into the sharpest blades in the world.
You have moved from the lab to the situation room. You are now a zero-day broker, the ultimate middleman in the gray market of cyber warfare. You are the digital arms dealer. At this rank, you aren't just buying code, you are managing a portfolio of vulnerabilities that can shift the balance of power between nations. Your clients are no longer individuals, they are national intelligence agencies, elite cyber commands, and vetted government contractors. You are the one who handles the $10 million contracts that never appear in a public budget. At level 5, your life is defined by strategic arbitrage and portfolio management. You maintain a vault of unpatched exploits. You know that a zero-day is a perishable asset. The moment it is discovered by a security researcher or patched by a software company, its value drops to zero. You have to decide when to sell and to whom. You are a master of geopolitical risk. You don't sell a virtual nuke to a country that might use it against your home nation or a key ally. You are navigating a legal minefield where the rules are unwritten, but the penalties for a wrong move are severe. The technical challenge at this rank is operational integrity. You have to ensure that the exploits in your vault stay fresh. You have teams of researchers constantly checking if the software companies have accidentally killed your $2 million weapon with a routine update. You are also managing the transfer, the delicate process of handing over the exploit chain to a government client. You provide the instruction manual and the support contract, ensuring their operators know how to fire the weapon without being detected. You are a merchant of certainty in an uncertain digital world. The pay at this level is supreme. You aren't just getting a salary, you are getting a cut of a shadow industry worth billions. You live in a world of private jets, encrypted satellite phones, and high-security office suites in cities like Washington, D.C., Tel Aviv, or Singapore. You realize that at this rank, your weapon is your information. You know which world leaders' phones are vulnerable and which power grids are one click away from a blackout. You are the broker, the man who ensures the silent war remains funded, fueled, and frighteningly effective. You have reached the peak of the digital food chain. You are no longer just a middleman, you are the architect of cyber warfare, known as the principal. At this level, you don't just sell weapons, you design the digital doctrines of nation-states. You are the invisible advisor sitting in the secure war rooms of global superpowers. You understand that in the 21st century, the most effective invasion doesn't happen with boots on the ground. It happens with a zero-day that turns an enemy's own infrastructure against them. Your role at level 6 is defined by strategic deterrence. You manage the arsenal, a massive collection of high-end exploits categorized by their real-world impact. You are the one who decides which nuke is held back as a deterrent and which is deployed for a surgical strike. You aren't just looking at phones, you are looking at SCADA systems that control water treatment plants, satellite communication arrays, and national banking backbones. You are a master of cyber diplomacy, advising governments on how to use their digital capabilities to achieve geopolitical goals without firing a single physical bullet. The technical challenge at the summit is total system vision. You have to think about the day after the attack. If you deploy a virtual nuke to take down a power grid, how do you ensure it doesn't leak into the global internet and crash your own country's systems? You are the expert on collateral damage in the digital realm. You oversee the development of self-destructing code and target-locked payloads, weapons that only activate when they detect a specific GPS coordinate or a unique hardware serial number. You are the ultimate safeguard against a digital apocalypse. The final realization of the architect is the illusion of security. From your vantage point, you see that every wall has a crack, and every secure device is just waiting for the right key. You realize that your $3,000 per day lifestyle is built on the fact that nothing is ever truly unhackable. You have reached the peak of the $100 million a year brokerage world, but you live with the constant knowledge that a level 1 bug hunter somewhere in a bedroom halfway across the world is currently finding a hole in your own defenses. You are the architect, the silent guardian of the zero-day era, ensuring that the world's most powerful people remain the only ones with the keys to the kingdom.